Hi, birds and girls, boys and girls. I wanted to tell you about, remember March is Disabilities Awareness Month, and this is Stella Young. Stella was born in Australia as she had a form of dwarfism. She used a wheelchair to get around, and she became very active in making sure that people with disabilities had the same rights as everyone else in her country and around the world. She was also a comedian, very funny person who was in several TV shows. Because when you're an advocate for something, that you're like a great cheerleader for that cause, and you push for other people understanding what it's all about and how equal you are and how the differences really don't matter so much, and the ones that do, they educate you about. A sick man is healed is today's lesson for our Higher Ground Fellowship Hour. This is March 26th, 2023, and you're in spring lesson number 4. And you're also in Miss Kathy's class, where MOG and I have been apparently cracking up. Today's lesson is from Mark, the 5th chapter, verses 1 through 8. Then we skip over to verses 14 through 15, and then 18 through 20. The key verse says, Jesus said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Impure. Impure. Now we know I-M means not, and pure means clean. So this is a not clean spirit, something that, we'll talk about it. And the key verse is from Mark, the 5th chapter, the 8th verse. Prayer time, bow your heads and close your eyes, and you're going to get your prayer leader today to lead you in today's prayer. Stop the video and then come back. Words to know. The first word is bind, B-I-N-D, to hold or restrict. I want to move to New York, but my lack of money binds me to this town. Sometimes you want to tie something down. If you tie something up, you're binding it. Decapolis. It's a league of 10 ancient Greek cities in eastern Palestine. Jesus healed a demon-possessed man in Decapolis. Demon, an evil spirit. The demons work for the devil, just like the angels work for God. Get it? Gerasene, a great and splendid city in Decapolis. The Gerasene is a city where Jesus exorcised the demons out of a man. Now, that's not exercise like you get a workout. That's exorcised, which means to remove demons. Possessed, controlled by a demon or a spirit. He was possessed by an evil spirit. Subdued, to bring under control by physical force, persuasion, or other means. The farmer subdued the wild bull. Tomb, a permanent place such as a grave in which the dead are placed. Every year we go to my ancestor's tomb and cover it with flowers. Now we're going to hear from the source.
Mark chapter 5 verses 1 through 8, verses 14 through 15, and verses 18 through 20. They went across the lake to the region of Gennesaret. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons of his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his lungs, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Mark, the 4th chapters, 14 through 15. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this in the town and countryside, and the people went out to see what had happened. When they came to Jesus, they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons sitting there, dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Mark, the 5th chapter, verses 18 through 20. As Jesus was getting into the boat, the man who had been demon-possessed begged to go with him. Jesus did not let him, but said, "Go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you, and how he has had mercy on you." So the man went away and began to tell in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and all the people were amazed.
Key verse, Jesus said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Mark, the 5th chapter and the 8th verse. This is our lesson story. Jesus stepped out of the boat. A very sick man met him. The man was so sick that he lived in the tombs and could not be helped. He was running around. Yes, you got it. You heard it. He was running around the graveyard among the tombs. Day and night he walked through the tombs, howling and cutting himself with stones. Well, that doesn't sound right. So that means he was pretty sick, right? When the man saw Jesus, he ran and bowed before Jesus, shouting, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." Or you see, Jesus, those demons recognized Jesus, even if the man didn't know who he was. For Jesus said to him, "Come out of this man, you sickness." Those tending pigs ran to town. They told others what they had heard. The people went to see what had happened. Now, in the book, in the Bible, you'll see that he made the evil spirits came out of the man and they went into the pigs who threw themselves over the cliff. Now, when these people came to see Jesus, they saw the man who had been very sick, seated, dressed, and in his right mind. The man was healed, but the people were afraid, still afraid of him. Jesus cured him, so why were they afraid? Jesus got into the boat. The man begged to go with him. Jesus said, "Go home. Tell others what the Lord has done for you." The man did this, and the people were amazed. Questions. When Jesus stepped out of the boat, what type of man did he find? He found a sick man possessed by an evil spirit. The man lived in the tombs and could not be helped. He walked through the tombs howling. And if you remember from the verses, they even tried to put chains on him and he would just rip the chains off. They could not bind him with ropes nor chains. What did Jesus do for the man? He healed the man. Number 3, how did people respond when they saw the healed man? Some were afraid and others were amazed at what the man told them. Contemporary story and Ruby's Lab.
Incredible healing power. The contemporary story for March 26, 2023. Josiah was glad that the youth group was meeting today. He had been out of town for the other meetings and wanted to see his friends. He knew that Reverend Matt always had something fun for them to do.
Hey Zion, where is Reverend Matt?
Oh, you hadn't heard. Reverend Matt has been in the hospital sick.
What happened? How long has he been sick?
Man, Reverend Matt got sick on his missionary trip about 2 weeks ago. So, we're going to Zoom with him tonight. So we can cheer him up and pray for him.
Wow. I didn't know. Is there anything else we can do for him?
We can pray that God would heal his body from sickness. We can ask God to restore him. Each of us can do this when we pray at home.
I believe God has healing power, so he's in good hands.
When Josiah arrived at the youth group, what did he learn about Reverend Matt?
He learned that Reverend Matt had been on a missionary trip and had gotten sick.
What was the youth group believing for Reverend Matt?
They believed that Reverend Matt would be healed.
What was the assignment for each student when they left?
Each student was to continue praying for Reverend Matt.
The end.
Exploring the story. Here's Louise Lamb. Hello everyone, Ruby here. In today's lesson, we heard about Jesus' healing power as he healed the very sick man. The man was living in the tombs and cutting himself. The man knew who Jesus was. In meeting Jesus, his life was changed. Jesus' healing of the man frightened some people and amazed others. Here's your assignment. How would you have described it to others if you had seen this? How would you have described Jesus' love and healing power? Let's discuss this as a class. Or, you can drop me a card or a letter to P.O. Box 74514, that's in Rouge, Louisiana. Or, in my favorite way, you know what you can do, you know what you can say, you can email today at rubyredpanda@mail.com. That's Ruby Red Panda. Ruby Red Panda. Ruby Red Panda at mail.com. I'm getting new shoes today.
All right, this first lesson is, or the first exercise is fix that phrase. You know, you can mail it to me. You can take a picture of it after you finished it. But here's what you do. There are some phrases that are out of place in each of these sentences. You're going to read through the sentence and or phrase, which are pulled from today's lesson. See if you can find the misplaced word and move it to where it belongs in the statement. Put a circle around the misplaced word and then draw a line to where it should go. Let's see. Example, humbled you, he should read he humbled you. So you circle he and then show where it should be. Number one, when Jesus got out of the boat, a meek man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to him. Oh, okay, I see. Do you see it? Let me get a little pen. A man, okay. It should be a man with an impure spirit, and then we put meet. Man came to meet him. Meet goes right there before him. Number two, this man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore. Okay, let's see. Let's take could the man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him. That would go here. And let's see. The looks like it would go. This man lived in the tombs right here. Number 3, in the hills he would cry and cut himself out with stones. Okay, looks like out is the word. He would cry out. And we're going to put that there. Number 4, he ran in and fell on his knees in front of Jesus. Okay, he ran and fell. We're going to take in and put it here in front. So that will read in front of Jesus. Number 5, come out of this man, you impure of spirit. Oh, I said it. Okay, because I said it the way I would read it. Come out of this man, you impure spirit. Number 6, those tending the pigs ran and reported his off in the town and countryside. Okay, off the pigs. Okay, the pigs ran off, right? Pigs ran off. No, wait a minute. Those tending the pigs ran off and report. Okay, they reported this in the town and countryside. All right. Did you get those same answers? Now, this one, you're definitely going to have to take a picture, send it. If you don't have a book, you can just draw a picture and send it to me to P.O. Box 74514 Baton Rouge, or email it to me at MissKathy'sClass@mail.com. All right. In the activity book, here's another lesson. You can also do this on another sheet of paper. A meeting with Jesus, it's called. Think about how it would feel to have a conversation with Jesus. In the boxes below, create a comic strip of you and Jesus meeting up for the first time. I think those would be very interesting. So if you don't have this sheet, you can also take a plain sheet of paper and make your own comic strip and send it to me. I'd love to see it. And if your parents have give permission, we'll show it here, okay, on this video. Before and after. Read today's Bible verses again. What do you think the demon-possessed man was like before he met Jesus? And how was he after he met Jesus? List some descriptive words or phrases on the lines below each category. So tell how he was before on this side, after on this side. You can do this on a regular sheet of paper. Some people don't feel comfortable drawing pictures, even though I love the pictures. So you can do this one and send it to me as well. Let me see how you did. Be sure to put your name on it. You can email it to me, of course. That would be really cool. Lesson review for Mark, the 5th chapter, verses 1 through 8, 14 through 15, 18 through 20. The key verse reads, Jesus said to him, come out of this man, you impure spirit. Mark, the 5th chapter, and the 8th verse is our key verse. The setting, the scenery, the scene among the tombs or the graves suggests that this man with the unclean spirit was really and utterly cut off from the rest of his community. And that was like a figurative way of showing this. He was figuratively dead to the world by being out there among the dead and away from the living. The exorcism of the unclean spirit results in the possibility for the man's return into society. He could come back to his community, to his neighborhood, be among people again. The people's response is surprising. Because rather than welcoming this former demon-possessed man, they were afraid of him. I guess in a way you can't blame them, but Jesus comes in. Jesus comes in and he takes care of things, heals the man. So why do you think it is important for us to understand that Jesus has compassion for those who need healing or are having a hard time with life? Discuss that with your friends, your family, your brothers and sisters, all right? And if you want to discuss it with me, you know what to do. You can send me that letter to P.O. Box 74514, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70874 is the area code. Zip code. Yeah, zip code. And you can email me at misskathysclass@mail.com. You can also send an email to mogee@mail.com. And of course, Ruby Red Panda, who tells you what her email is at the end of every video she makes. All right, we are going to see you next week, the Lord willing. Before you leave, be sure that you click that like button, subscribe to us so that you can come back, or you'll be notified every time and that we make a new video. And we try to make them in time for your Sunday school class. We don't always make it, but we try to make it sometime on Sunday. We can't make it in the morning before 9 o'clock Central Time. We make it by the afternoon. A lot of things have been going on over here that are kind of getting us, I don't want to say sidetracked, but keeping us very, very busy and drawing out the process of making these videos for you. But we will continue to try to get them out the best we can, and I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to click the like, and because we like you, hope you like us. God loves you too, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. So long, boys and girls. Until next time.